welcome to Corner Podcast. My name's Geoff.
Yeah, my name's Paul. Hi, everybody.
How are you doing today, tonight, this morning, whenever you're listening?
It gets so we
it
don't
gets a
know
bit confusing,
what
doesn't
time
it?
of the
Yeah.
day it is. It could be any time.
Yeah.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, my friend.
Yes, it is, yeah. So we're here with the final part of Meet the Whovians 3, which is one of our episodes where we chat to other fans about many different Doctor Who topics. Lots of topics. And this episode is about encounters with the Doctor, or I should say actors who've played the Doctor, and also discussion about the future of the show. Now, we recorded these a while ago, didn't we?
It's a long time ago, before all these announcements came out, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think all we knew at the time was that it was going to be produced by Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf. That was kind of it. So we had no idea who was going to be the 14th Doctor, or any of this David Tennant filming, or anything that's happened.
No.
All those rumours and speculation. So it's a little bit like looking through a window in time.
Yes, it is, yeah, because it's all a bit redundant now.
But it's fun, nonetheless. That doesn't mean to say you
fun.
shouldn't listen to the podcast, people.
Yes.
Ignore Geoff, listen to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
And do listen, because there's some stories about meeting doctors that will make you happy and probably a little bit jealous as well. So we might as well just get straight into it.
Let's go for it, my friend. Here we go.
So this is the question I've been looking forward to asking. So, have you met any doctors, Katie?
You know I have, Geoff.
I do.
We've seen your pictures and are insanely jealous.
Oh, thank you. I love everyone that I've met from the show has been so lovely as well.
Yeah.
I just can't get over it. How lucky we are to have. I've not met one actress from the show that's disappointed me.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Been lovely.
Yeah.
So, where shall I start?
So, who's the first Doctor Who actor?
Tell us in order. Yeah.
And how did it happen?
So, in 2009, 2010, they started filming Series 5, didn't they? And there was a rumour going around that, so I live down in Cornwall, and there's a place called Charlestown, which is lovely, which is about half an hour away from me.
Can I just say, my favourite museum in the world is there. It's the Maritime Museum.
Yeah.
Because it's so odd now. I'm going to tell you this story. So I went there.
I wanted to hear Katie's story.
Oh yeah, I'll come back to mine. Sorry, I've hijacked it with admittedly a very funny story.
You can go ahead.
We were wandering around this museum, and there was an older chap in front of us, a little bit way down the line, and we walked into a room, and he must not have realised we were there, because he let out the biggest fart, and then we were just standing there. We tried so hard not to laugh, and we thought, we've got to get out of the room, because if he turns around and sees us, he's going to be all sorts of embarrassed.
Well, that was worth it, wasn't it?
That was my experience of that museum. Yeah. So back to the exciting.
So there was a big rumour going around. There was filming going on down there. Rumours of, was it Doctor Who? Was it this? Was it that? And obviously me at that age, and being a huge fan of the show, begged her to take me down. And she did, and we were driving down there, and you could see the whole studio light set up. And we got down into the car park, so all the trucks.
Tell us what they were filming on, because there's a very specific reason that they were there, isn't there?
There is. They were filming Curse of the Black Spot. So Charlestown is full of basically pirate ships, if you like, like the typical pirate ships.
The big sailing ships.
And they specifically, the big tall ships. They specifically wanted to use one of them for the show. So that's the whole reason they were there, just to film that one episode. And I think they were there about 4 or 5 days doing that. So we went straight out into the car park and got there as Matt and Karen were leaving their trailers. And they quickly gave us a wave and that, and went down to the main. They had to go right down to almost like the beach area, if you like, to film. So we followed them on down and watched them film, and then they just happily came over, and Arthur was there as well. Matt, Karen and Arthur all came over.
Brilliant.
Had autographs, had pictures. Me and my friends ended up on Doctor Who Confidential.
Did you?
Really?
Wow.
We did. I don't think I've ever tweeted about that actually, because I can't find the clip. But
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Exclusively here on Who Corner to Corner.
there it is. So yeah, we ended up on that, and it was brilliant. And just kind of going down there every night after school for the 4 or 5 days over there, watching it being filmed was incredible. And I don't think that episode is the strongest of the series, but I do love watching it back and just being able to see that bit being filmed. It's swing over the boat.
It's got special memories for you, and you know, and that connection. And yeah, it's probably not the strongest, is it? But what it is good fun. You know, the whole pirate thing, and you know,
it is a lot of fun.
Karen swinging around and stuff. There's a hint of her action credentials that were to come, you know, in later on in her career.
Point.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one Doctor and companions down.
Next.
Next would have been, I think it goes straight to Comic-Con then. So 2019, just before COVID kicked off. Wales Comic-Con. David Tennant went, so I was like, I've got to go. Got to go and meet my doctor, and I did. He was lovely. He was brilliant. Got a picture and autograph with him. And it was fantastic. And I think, the same day I met Matt Smith again and had a proper picture with him. And Alex Kingston and Arthur Darvill as well. Which was brilliant. They had an amazing range of Doctor Who. There that year. And then a complete surprise one with Jodie. I was in Cardiff for a concert, and I was on my way home to the train station, and I always have DWSR alerts on my phone.
Oh, right.
Well, actually, do you know what? That's a good idea, because you just never know. You know, you could be somewhere.
I always keep an eye out when I'm in Cardiff, because obviously it's the main filming location, isn't it? So I happen to have it on my phone, and I was walking to the station to go home, and I had a tweet come through saying, they're filming at the Little Man Cafe in Cardiff. And I literally had to turn a street corner.
And you were there?
And there was the big studio light shining in.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. Over
Brilliant.
and Jodie's in there. And I mean, I don't know whether you've met Jodie yet, Paul, but...
no, I haven't, no.
But I have. You'll know how just like enthusiastic she is with fans. And it was just pure excitement on her face when we got there. She saw fans outside. She was just like this through the windows, hello, waving. And she's like, I'll be out in a minute. And it was just, then she came out, make sure everybody got a picture, and then she just kind of kept popping out in between scenes. And
fantastic.
Your picture with her is, I haven't seen. Did you get a picture of Bradley? Your one with Jodie is brilliant.
It's fantastic.
She's obviously really excited, as are you. But you know, it's just a lovely picture.
It is lovely when you meet them and they're kind of as enthusiastic as you are, and it's wow.
and like when you meet them at Comic-Con stuff. So obviously, I met Jodie. And a bit like you, when David was at the Wales one, I was like, I've got to go. You know, it could be the only chance for. Obviously, she's pregnant now, so there's, you know, she's not going to do it for at least a year or more again, and maybe, you know, not again for a while. You know, so I thought, you know, I've got to do it, and you know, it was totally worth it. She was just, you know, it's only brief, isn't it? But you know, she made you feel, you know, like you were the most important person at that time. And you know, she said hi, you know, complimented my t-shirt and stuff, and you know, I told her how great she was, and you know, she took that really nicely and stuff. So yeah, she was just awesome. So you've seen my picture where I'm beaming like a goon, but you know.
No, it's a brilliant picture.
Yeah, I was so, you know, it was just wonderful. We were talking to James, who's the autistic Whovian, but before we chatted with you, and you know, I met Matt at the 50th convention, you know, nearly 10 years ago, and that was really cool. But meeting Jodie, there was something probably like for you when you met David, you know, something that bit more special about it. And it was just a brilliant day. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. So have you got any more conventions lined up, or any other you know, stars that you want to meet?
Well, I've still got to try and meet everybody else in
Everybody else.
So yeah, Christopher Eccleston, Jenna Coleman, Yeah, Mandip. I didn't get a chance to meet her when she was filming.
You know, Mandip. I'll just say Mandip is lovely as well, and she's annoyingly photogenic. Like, I'm not saying that,
isn't she?
yeah, like everyone else in the pictures from the con and stuff, you know, look great, but then Mandip is just like, yeah, I'm just like Hollywood, you know, quality, you know, yeah, she was brilliant. Ethan, I'm not sure when this episode will go out yet, in a couple of weeks probably, so this might be, by the time this comes out, my next question will probably be a little bit out of date, but the main part of it won't be. So my question is, what are you doing next Saturday?
what we're doing next Saturday? Boy. Next Saturday, I'm going to be at the Olympia in London to go to Comic-Con to meet, well, as confirmed now, because these are the ones that I put tickets for, but Jodie Whittaker, Mandip Gill, but I'm also thinking of meeting Bernard Cribbins as well. I'm just waiting until payday arrives before I order. So yeah, definitely those three, I think, and it's going to be very exciting.
Well, coincidentally, I'm going to be going there as well, so I'll come.
Aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really jealous of you guys going there. Actually, I'm just not able to make it, sadly, and I hope you enjoy it. Did that sound sincere? It is meant sincerely.
Yeah. I think this might be one of the upcoming questions anyway. But which doctors have you two met, if any?
Shall I go, Paul?
Go on, mate. Yeah.
Okay. So I met Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman at the 50th celebration, which was nearly a decade ago now. And whilst I was there, I very briefly spoke to Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy and Pete Davison. They walked past us while we were queuing for Matt, and Colin said, "Oh, what are you all doing here?" And I just sort of I didn't jump at it, but I was like, "Oh,
what do you think?"
Waiting to meet Matt. I said, "Do you want to join us?"
For the bus.
So yeah, so it was just, you know, momentary chat. So that was really nice. But I haven't met any of the others before, and I didn't think Jodie would do any Comic-Cons, or certainly not for a while. So when this one came up, I was like, I've got to go, even if I go on my own. And then when other people were going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because as soon as they announced it, I ordered tickets on the same night. I mean, I think there's a big thrill of an opportunity of being able to meet the not just the Doctor, but the current Doctor of the time as well. Like it's quite a big thing. So yeah,
I can't think of any conventions that have not been official ones, like when Matt was at the 50th and Peter was at the one a couple of years later. I didn't meet him there. I missed booking the photo with him, but there hasn't been any sort of what you would call not official Doctor Who ones that have had the current Doctor at. So this is quite a big deal.
Yeah.
I think Jodie at this, and also she's pregnant now, so this would probably be the only one she's for a while.
I'm impressed that she's going through with it. Like, so
yeah.
She's had a child before, so I guess she probably knows her limits in terms of what she can do. So yeah.
But yeah, she easily cancelled. So it's great that she's doing it.
Yeah. How about you, Paul? Which doctors have you met?
I like the way it says which doctors. I haven't actually met any doctors over the time. No, I don't know why actually. I mean, I've never really been to any conventions. I've never in life have I been to a Doctor Who convention. It's only recently I've kind of thought maybe I should give it a go, but the timing just never kind of worked, sadly. So Yeah. I feel like a slightly weak Doctor Who fan. It's all right. You can take pity on me. I don't mind. It's fine.
Well, there'll be events, later in the year. It's funny with conventions because you've been to quite a few, haven't you, Ethan? Sometimes there'll be, a big number of people from a show or whatever it might be at them, and then other times, there won't be anyone. So like I've gone to MCM Comic-Con in London a few times. I don't think they've ever had any Doctor Who people there. And then with this one, I know they've had, maybe Sylvester at some of the other events, but this one's got Jodie, Mandip, Bernard, Sylvester. I think Sophie Aldred's there as well. Maybe
it's quite packed, isn't it?
It's a really good lineup, and
really pulled it out. Yeah.
At the 50th celebration, they basically had everybody there, and then at the Capaldi one, I can't remember what they called that event. He was there, and Jenna was there for a couple of the days, and Missy and Osgood as well. And I kind of hoped they were going to do one like that for Jodie, but obviously I would think COVID put any plans like that on.
Yeah, well, there is a 60th next year, so
there is that.
Yeah, that would be the one to go to. Yeah. So, Ethan, what Doctors have you met? Because I have a bit of a knowledge on this answer, but Paul and our listeners won't.
Yeah. So I've got an interesting story for my first one. So the first one I met was Matt Smith, but not in a convention or anything. So I was an extra for Last Night in Soho. Quite a few years ago that was filmed. And I remember, wait, have you two seen it or?
No, not yet.
Yeah. Well, without giving it away, there is a scene at a nightclub where it's Halloween themed because like a massive Halloween party. So all of us had to dress up in various Halloween costumes, and there's like 2 night shifts for it, and it was a very fun experience. But on the downside, I feel like we were all put into groups, and they'd say when they would need our group on, or when we're not needed. And for the second night, we spent most of our time in the waiting room because we weren't needed. So that was a bit that was a bit tedious, I have to admit. But I remember being called back on set, going down through the corridor. One of the people I was with just casually points out that Matt Smith's there, and he was talking about one of the ADs and stuff. I mean, obviously, I knew Matt Smith was in the film, but I wasn't expecting him to be in any of the scenes I was in. So we walk on set, and I kind of just stopped for a second, just kind of stare at him, kind of starstruck.
I can imagine. Yeah. Oh my God, it's Matt Smith.
And I think he knows. I think he knows that because he kind of gestured me to come over.
Did he?
And he was like he was just very lovely, very very down to earth. Like I mean I was a hot mess. Like I was struggling with but no, he was very cool about it. Like I feel like with they do say never meet your heroes, and you do sort of worry kind of if these people you idolize, if they're going to turn out to be up themselves or shallow or whatever. But no, he was lovely. I mean, and I remember asking if I could have a photo with him. But obviously, as we were on set, and there's always kind of all those rules in the contract and stuff, I wasn't allowed to. So he gave me a hug instead, which was the next best thing, if not better. I mean, in some ways, probably better. And it's a night that I'm just always going to hold on to. Like,
that's fantastic.
That was just fantastic. I've only met one Doctor since then. I've met Sylvester Boy, as you saw in the photo shoot before. I met him at a small signing event late last year, organised by Phantom Events. If any of you have heard about those, it was that one was an interesting one as well, because I arrived there early as soon as it started. so I saw the whole thing starting up, but there were quite a few people who hadn't arrived yet, and he was late. And then I remember him just kind of, just walking in, just normally as as any of us would. But it felt a bit of a surreal experience. I feel like it's easy for us to kind of put these people on a bit of a pedestal, really. And it's funny though, because obviously Sylvester was never my childhood Doctor, because obviously it was. But like I still kind of felt that kind of childlike kind of joy to see him. Like he kind of had a bit of a twinkle in his eye and all that. And yeah, he was just very nice to talk to when I was getting my stuff signed. And I remember later on I was getting a photo with him, and I asked the photographer if my hair looks okay.
And check the important things first, yeah.
And Sylvester said that I had great hair, so I'm going to hold on to that. So yeah, he was fantastic, and I am beyond excited to meet Jodie. But it's so annoying that it's another week. I feel like this is going to be the longest week of my life.
Yeah.
Just waiting for it. Yeah, counting down the days.
Be there before we know it.
Because I remember going into the year, I knew I wanted to meet another Doctor this year, but little did I know that it would not just be any Doctor; it'd be the current Doctor herself.
I didn't think the opportunity would ever arise, so I thought I'd got to go for it. So I'll do the experience for the both of us, Paul.
There you go, special podcast episode.
Yeah.
On-set report, Comic-Con by Geoff at Who C2C.
You guys should do a special Comic-Con episodes where rather than survivors of the Flux, it's survivors of.
There you go. Look at that. That's what we should do.
There you go.
Pitched and accepted.
Bit of reportage.
Yeah. No, I think we should have a bit of a chat. So that'll be good.
James, tell us what Doctors you've met.
I've met Jodie Whittaker.
Wow.
Peter Capaldi.
Yeah. Really? How did you meet Peter?
Oh, right, that's the whole story. So, in 2015, I think it was, when they were filming the Series 9. Well, there's lots of two-parters in Series 9, but when they're filming the one with the girl who died and the woman who lived, when they were filming that two-parter, a friend who is like a GP doctor who is like a part of the BBC, she got me onto the set.
Oh wow!
And so I got to meet Peter Capaldi. He should be on the TARDIS in the studio.
Wow. You went around the TARDIS as well.
Yeah, like
Brilliant.
The lights weren't on, unfortunately, but like still, like getting
in
to actually pull like the actual lever, the kind of the main throttle lever was so cool.
Very cool. I think that was a cracking good TARDIS set as well.
I love that TARDIS.
Yeah, it was really
beautiful.
Oh, I didn't know you'd met him, and I didn't know you got to do that.
And I met Jenna Coleman as well.
Did you?
Yes, I got to go.
Yep. Jeff's going to go into one now.
I got to go into Peter Capaldi's trailer.
Did you really?
Yeah, like I knocked on the door. I was like, oh my gosh, and then the door opened. Capaldi stepped out. He welcomed me in and gave me an autograph, and he was so nice. Like,
brilliant.
Hallie cares. And that's what I loved about Comic-Con, is that all of the guests that we met wanted to be there, wanted to interact with fans.
Yeah, it was only brief, wasn't it, meeting Jodie and Mandip, but they made it special, and seemed to genuinely, be enjoying it, and it's not even a case of seemed to. They were, they were having a good time. Were liking being there. So I met Jenna at the 50th event that they did at the Excel. and when Matt Smith was there.
So cool.
So that was nice. It was brief again with both of them, but very cool. But yeah, that's fantastic. You've been to the TARDIS, man.
I know. I would have loved to have gone to Jodie's TARDIS.
Yeah.
Though, I guess. Oh no, I just love that TARDIS so much.
Yeah.
As well.
It's so sort of alien looking, isn't it? And organic, you know,
Yeah.
and a real contrast to, you know, Capaldi's, which was sort of kind of dark and, you know, a bit mysterious and sort of machine-like in a way, you know, which was still really cool.
Okay. A bit like
all the lights in it were brilliant. It was so nicely lit, that one. It was really good.
A bit like as Bill says, a kitchen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or the First Doctor in Twice Upon a Time said, what is this, a restaurant for the French?
But he still knows where the French brandy is.
Yeah. You'll have to send me some pictures from when you met Peter. I'd love to see that. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah,
definitely will. Yeah.
So you met a couple of the other doctors as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I met Colin Baker. Super nice. And Sylvester McCoy, again, really, really super nice.
You had a photo with Sylvester, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I declined the chance to go meet them, which perhaps in hindsight was a bit stupid of me. But I was like, I've got to be careful with my money because I'll just go wild here, and I can't do that.
Spend it all on Doctor Who.
Yeah. But you know, I saw Jodie and met Mandip and had her sign a picture and stuff, which was great. So, you know, that was really good. And you know what? It was well, at the time of recording now, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe. And I still thinking about it. You know, the whole day. You know, meeting you guys. And, you know, Aidan that Paul knows and we've chatted to on here before, and Ethan, who'll be part of these episodes as well, and you know, various other people, you know, faces that you see on Twitter, and you know, we were recognizing people, weren't we? And then going and saying hello and having a chat and stuff, and you know, when I met you know, Matt Smith, you know, that was really cool, but meeting Jodie was something you know, special, really, because of how much I like her and her doctor, and so it's still kind of, the whole day is kind of still swimming around in my head a little bit. And I wore my T-shirt the other day that I had on, and I was like, yeah, Jodie thinks this is awesome.
It was such an unearthly experience in a way. You know, I just couldn't believe it. You know, like someone in front of me had to kind of step to the side, and so you know, I went in. In the photo opportunity, someone in front of me who was just about to go, you know, to have a photo, Jodie stepped aside, and I went over to her and said, I just want to say you're my favourite doctor ever.
Brilliant.
And she, you know, complimented my cosplay, and it was everything, you know.
Fantastic.
You know, more, you know.
And then
a really special day.
Yeah, it was really good, and she did a talk at the end of the day, and Mandip was surprise guest, which I kind of wondered if she might have done as she was there, and they were so good together. You know, that friendship is genuine, and they were just you know, just brilliant together, and you know, everyone stood up and applauded them at the end, didn't they? And you know, it was a really good sort of end for the for the day. It was lovely.
Yeah, I think that day made me realise that Jodie's time is coming to its end. And like, I'm just not ready for the regeneration at all. I know I'm going to be crying a lot.
It's going to be a trauma, isn't it?
Who feel the same.
Yeah. I'm not ready for it.
No.
I'm not ready to say goodbye. I know she'll probably do big. I know, like, with how much she loves playing the Doctor, she'll probably do big finish. And if she's asked back, she'll come. But you know, it just won't be the same. You know?
No, and I suspect she won't do big finish for, you know, maybe 5 years or so yet. So, but I imagine she will do it at some point. Yeah. So
once a doctor, always a doctor.
Always a doctor. Yeah. My last question for you, James, is what are your thoughts about the future, and what are you looking forward to, and what are you you know, dreading happening?
What, like in general, or Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Like I'm looking forward to RTD's new era. What I'm really really like happy about is that like Doctor Who. I know some people say, "Oh, Doctor Who needs saving." It doesn't need saving. I think the only way it needs saving is like I guess you could say from the BBC in a way. But what I was really excited about when that kind of announcement came out was that Bad Wolf will be co-producing with it. And I'm really excited for that, not just because obviously Doctor Who will get a higher budget, but also because it's a lot more Welsh, and obviously being a Welsh person, the
You're
country.
Not biased at all.
No, I still, but we're always the country that kind of gets faded out, across the world. Everyone knows Scotland, everyone knows England, obviously. Everyone knows, Ireland, but Wales is always the country that gets kind of forgotten.
Where is that? Yeah,
but
I don't know where he's talking about.
But since Doctor Who became a big
it's put
thing,
it on the map, hasn't it?
Put it on the map. I think Doctor Who is one of the big things that has made Wales more prominent and seen. And now that Doctor Who in a way has become kind of half Welsh, with it being co-produced with Bad Wolf now, is so exciting because it will bring in lots of new Welsh talent.
Definitely.
And give opportunities for people in the Cardiff area as well, which is really really cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I think that's all of my questions really. Paul, have you got anything else?
No, I'm just. Do you know? I'm just enjoying the experience that you're sharing with us, James. I think it's great to listen to. I'm a little bit miffed that I didn't get around to the Comic Con, but I'm so pleased that you two guys kind of hooked up and had such a great time. It sounds like it's one of those memories that's going to be with the both of you, big kids that you are, for a long time to come. And I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I think if there's a Comic Con in summer, so maybe.
Yeah,
maybe I might do that one.
Yeah, I guess it depends upon the guests really, because I know that Patrick O'Kane, who was supposed to be in the one that we went to, had to be moved over to the one in the summer.
Yeah,
and I think David Bradley's going to the one in the summer as well.
Is he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they just announced Christopher. His name escapes me. Doc Scott from Back to the Future. He's going, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, yeah, that's it. He's always at them.
Yes.
So yeah, I might go.
Back to the Future, Marty. that was it. I had to do something.
So it'll depend, who's there and stuff like that. Because it's not a cheap day to do, is it? I mean, it's worth it, but it's got to be kind of worth it in terms of there's someone there you want to meet, or there's a screening of some sort, or that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out and might well go, but certainly I think it'd be quite good to all try and meet up together again at some point in the year and do it for face to face. That'd be great.
What I suggested at Comic Con is you will come down to Cardiff and I kind of show you around. I know you've probably been to Cardiff before and seen locations, but if you guys come down to Cardiff, can I take you around?
Get a tour, a location set tour.
You can get a free tour by me.
Yes, that would be cool.
James takes us round Cardiff.
I'll tell you what, there'll be a podcast
in that as well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, was it? It was Pete Levy, wasn't it? When he was saying that they went on holiday and took in a few Doctor Who locations.
yeah, he did. But before he started work on the show, him and his son were going to places, because they loved the show, even before they started on it. So, brilliant. James, thank you for talking to us. It's been a pleasure having you on the show and to catch up with you again. So Jodie's era is coming to an end, and I know that you are a big fan of 13 as well. So, how are you feeling about the end of her time?
Gutted. I won't lie. I hoped that she would stay on for a series with Russell, because I think that would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
To have her under his writing and just see, what was different, what was better, what was worse. So yeah, I'm gutted in that respect, but also I'm never ready to say goodbye to a Doctor, and I've been like it since David Tennant left and the new one's announced.
Yeah,
I can't be excited because I'm too upset.
Yeah, it never feels like you've had enough time with them, and actually I was thinking about it earlier in the week. It really feels like that with Jodie, because we've had 3 series, but obviously Flux was cut short and stuff, and there'll be the specials and things as well. But it just doesn't. It wasn't enough, and so it's going to be quite hard, I think, when the time comes. So, how are you feeling about the future?
The future of Doctor Who in general?
Yeah, not the world. Not the world.
Yeah, don't worry about the rest of the world.
Anything specific? No, I think it's in my opinion, I think it's in the best. It's going to be in the best hands it could ever be in. So I'm not.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be great. In my opinion, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I trust Russell 100% with his writing, his choice of new Doctor, and I've got no doubts about it. It's going to be amazing.
I think the production as well, isn't it? The fact that it's going to a company who really got together because they were producing Doctor Who, and they're doing it out of a shared love and enjoyment of what they did, and working together, and just pulling all their creative resources and talents and pushing it to the best thing. I mean, did you watch his Dark Materials? Did you see that one?
No, I didn't watch that actually.
It's fabulous. Really, really well worthwhile. Really, really brilliant. I mean, they're based on a whole bunch of books, which I love anyway. But what they did with that was just phenomenal. I mean, it's massive scale, believable. It's like Game of Thrones kind of feeling to it. But
yeah, I think really, they'll really take the production levels that we've had under Chibnall, which are the best the show's ever had, and they're going to crank that up to the next level, I think.
Well, they have to, don't they? They have to crank it up.
They will. They'll have to top it. They can't not. So yeah, I wish this era wasn't ending, but I am excited for what's coming, certainly. So yeah. Long may it all continue.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much to Katie, Ethan, and James for joining us for these episodes. It was so good talking to them. And I don't know about you, Paul, but I've really enjoyed doing Meet the Whovians, and I think
it's been a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, I think we should definitely do some more. So I think if anybody's up for it, then let us know.
Please send us a message or DM. There's a couple of people that
like on our Twitter or something. Don't just light fires and do smoke signals, because we can't read those things. We do have a Twitter account and a Facebook account. Just search at WhoC2C for those of you who don't know already. Most of you do, I think.
And let us know if you're up for it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye for now.
All right. Bye.